Okay, for those following my travel blogs, you guys know I haven't flown Cebu Pacific for almost 10 years now. I've heard stuff and experienced certain things about this budget carrier that I just had to brace myself for any hassle that may come along. I was expecting to wait a long while in long lines that I had to use their check-in kiosks to avoid those. Well, things weren't what I expected to be, as there were huge improvements from the last time I flew with them. I needed to do a bag drop in one of their check-in counters, and surprisingly, there wasn't any long crowded lines in the area that I used to see before. The process was fast, and I was attended to by an agent whose polite attitude was enough to tip me that I'm bound to enjoy today's flight. Alright, okay, so I got my boarding pass, and it's in the form of a receipt. It's Manila to Cebu, Cebu Bacolod. Soon after I was issued my boarding pass, I headed off to where my flight is, in time to see our aircraft being towed to our assigned gate. As our plane drew nearer, the more excited I got, as well as anxious. As many of you well know, I often fly on another airline. Flying on Cebu Pacific after a long while seems like riding with them for the first time. It wasn't long and it was time to board my flight. And to avoid any disappointments, I made it a rule not to expect anything and just simply enjoy what this airline has to offer. But I still gotta do my ritual, which is to tap the plane as I entered. I've heard of reviews that Cebu Pacific's A330 is cramped, but seeing the cabin myself for the first time, I thought it wasn't that bad. Actually, I even found it neat. The cabin was simply clean and well maintained, from its seats to walls and its flooring. Viewers, you know where I'm usually seated, and you guessed it right, I'm sitting at the back. And one thing that took away my anxiety was being greeted by crew members with big smiles. Yes, a little chit-chat from the crew can be a big deal in making passengers comfortable. Now, that's a good way to start my travel with this airline. Meanwhile, as I work my way to my seat, I find the rear area quite spacious, still with good legroom in every seat. I was told that I wouldn't like Cebu Pacific's A330, as according to them, they pack their passengers in this plane like sardines in a can. But in my observation, I don't think so. There's actually good space in this cabin like other A330s I've been on. And again, the legroom. I simply have no complaints. Of course, with my seat assignment at the back of the cabin, I just had to take a peek of the rear lavatory as well as the rear galley, just to see what's happening and how it looks like on this airline. And back to what's happening in the cabin. People are still coming in, and crew members perform their duties in assisting passengers. And while they're doing that, I'm getting a feel of the space at the middle row seats. I'm beginning to like their cabin. And while waiting for pushback, let me dig through my seat pocket to see what I got here. Among them, a safety card with nice, simple illustrations, and with its vibrant yellow theme, you can't miss taking a look at it. next item in the seat pocket is Cebu Pacific's in-flight magazine, Smile. I've read some copies of it before, and scanning through its latest edition still impresses me. It has lots of good articles about Cebu Pacific's destinations, as well as travel tips and recommendations that'll help you make the most of your vacation. And knowing it's an in-flight magazine, I always make sure to scan the last few pages to check the network of routes where the airline flies to. And one thing I'm interested in looking at is its in-flight catalog. Cebu Pacific serves a selection of delightful snacks from colorful pastries, cold and hot drinks, and sumptuous in-flight meals that you can pre-order during online booking. I admit it can be quite pricey, but then it's how the airline makes money. But with how they present their product, I'm sure to try one of these next time, along with the purchase of a souvenir item at least. Soon our plane begins its pushback, and crew members perform their safety demo prior to takeoff.
To fasten, push ends together. Tighten seatbelt by pulling loose end. To unfasten, lift top of buckle and pull free end to release. In case of water landing, your life vest is found under your seat. Remove sharp objects from your body. To don, slip vest over the head. Take tape around the waist and push end to buckle. Pull tape to tighten. When outside the aircraft, pull inflation tags to inflate vest.
We just took off, and the crew is now preparing for the pre-paid meal again. This is Regine, by the way. Hello.
We're preparing the Mayon yes, sir, and then...
Is that something you're serving later?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We'll be rolling it out in the morning.
Mamaya, pilit tayo mamaya. So that's this So they're already starting to serve the snacks. Actually, they're selling the snacks already. I wanted to try something like yung bagel or something if it's available. Anyhow, while they're gone, this is how their galley looks like. Yung ano paninda, and then yung snacks na. Good. So, ganyan siya. Alright, and then yeah, anong view of how the cabin looks like while it's Eventually, the food cart reaches my seat, and I'm giving the onboard snacks a try. Not because I'm hungry, but because it's my chance to interact with these wonderful crew members who have been performing pretty well in their in-flight duties. What I find nice about them is that they even give you recommendations of which snack is favorite among passengers. I was the last to be served, and soon as I started to enjoy my snacks, crew members were gathering in front as if something was about to happen.